All right, welcome back. Today I just want to get back to basics a little bit and do a bit of forensic anthropology, get back to the fundamentals. But a subscriber sent me this photo recently, and I just realized what a rare photo it really is, because what we have is an actual female on the right. And then, of course, we have the male on the left. So we can see the bone structure very clearly. I think the official story is that these are twins or something, but I don't think they're even related, to be honest. But who knows? That's not the point. Point is, there's a real female. It's very hard to find a real female on the internet. Now, if you're a man, now this is exactly like my body, although I'm not exactly as thin as this person, but I'm not fat. But I'm not a supermodel. Oh, look at those feet. Whoa. Okay, so here's how I do it, okay? This is just how I do it. This is what really allowed me to know with 100% certainty that these people were trans. How I could spot the tranny for sure, because they're so deceptive, it's hard to tell sometimes. If you don't know exactly what to look for and what to pinpoint. So what I do, my eyes kind of start like right here, then you go up, and then notice this thing here. You can call that the Adonis belt. Some people call it the hip dip. Men have this, okay? All right, I have this. Notice it's below the navel on the sides, the hip dip. And then you'll have another love handle type thing, right? We all know what that is. Now, if you have a few extra pounds, it'll be a little bit larger. If you're athletic, it'll look slightly different. And these are, trannies trying to pass as female, so they're doing the best they can, but still, it's there. So men do have hips, right? These are hips and a pelvis, but it's narrow. And also the height. It goes up and it ends there, basically. Those are the end of the hips, and then you have this love handle thing that ends right above the navel right there, okay? So you have this kind of shape, and then you have this shape, and it's narrow. And in addition to that, you have the broad shoulders, which wider than the hips. Now here, the butt is swinging out to the left, so let's go over here. Shoulder, straight down. Basically, the hand is right below the shoulder, and look, the shoulders are wider than the hips. Now, it's not standing exactly straight up, but still, you can see, you could take out the measuring tape if you wish. Shoulders much wider than the hips, basically by this much, by the width of the shoulder, all right? The arms on a man will hang straight down to the side because the shoulders are broad and stick out like that, and the hips are narrow, so the arms will hang out right down there. This part here is a bit feminized because of the estrogen, so they get some body fat distribution there. Not exactly muscular legs necessarily, but overall the body fat on this person is quite low, and that's another indication. And we can see, the male skull and all that stuff that we've seen before. And down there you can see some masculine features on the legs and all that. This is what forensic analysts use to determine sex in skeletons, okay? So there's no skin on a skeleton. They don't know if it's male or female, but what they do, they check the bone structure, and they can tell just by bone structure. And it's called the gold standard, right? So hips, the pelvis, because real women give birth, all right? So it's designed differently. Now, you can also see kind of a bulge there, but now my main point is you don't need to look at reproductive organs. It's always concealed, right? So you look at the bone structure. Now, on the other hand, how do I know this is a real female and not a tranny? Well, okay, let's start here. First of all, we got some pretty wide hips going on here, right? Follow the arrow up. Where's the hip dip? There isn't one. And look at the hips end there. Now, sometimes the hips will end almost at the same level as the navel. This one's quite a bit higher, actually. The thinnest part of the torso is right up here. But look at this. There's no hip dip. They don't have this. She doesn't have this thing here. It's just one continuous curve. And this is not. This is dip, love handle, one curve, right? One large curve above the navel. Some people say, well, the navel's higher. Well, higher than what? So this is lower, right? The hips are lower, right? The navel's higher than the hips. The hips are lower. Here, the hips end above the navel. Yeah. So this is basic stuff, just so you know where I'm coming from, the way I think about it. Maybe you think about it differently. That's fine. This is photographic evidence. And shoulders, okay? Shoulders, straight down, just as wide as these hips, right? The same width. Now, it may not be to the exact millimeter, but basically, shoulders just as wide as the hips. So if you only look up here, you see, well, are those wide shoulders or not? You have to say wide relative to what? Okay, wide relative to the hips. And it's the same width as the hips. So the arms are kind of at an angle, right? The arms cannot hang straight down because they're going to run into the hips. So the arms have to come out like that at an angle. So just look at a male. This is a male, all right? Male body. This is female. And look at the small little face, right? Larger skull, larger bones, higher cheekbones, jagged and angular. Whereas this one is just kind of a small, thin little face, kind of simple, right? A soft, simple little face. Simply put, this one has a more masculine face, a bit of makeup and feminization going on, but this one here, very soft and feminine. Now, when they wear clothes, they can wear hip pads that will make it look like they have these hips. And they try to take photos at an angle, and they usually curve their butt out and stuff like that. So they're always trying to give the illusion that they have a body like this, when in fact it's actually like that. So that's just some basic, I just wanted to go through this photo once, so I know people sometimes share my videos with their friends, and I haven't been doing a lot of forensic analysis lately because I did it so much for 2 years, and I figured, well, people know the basics already, but there's always newcomers coming into this thing, so once in a while, got to get back to basics. Exhibit B. All right, now that's an exaggerated one, but even this one is trying to, look at this one. Hip pads, and they will always wear these corset-style dresses. So even this one's trying to get away with it. I think this is at the Oscars, right? And there's still people out there who believe this is a real female. Why? Because they love the world. They're plugged into the world. They're connected to the world, in the spirit of this world.
Tell me her name, 'cause I really need to see her. Tell me her game, 'cause I need an exit strategy. Oh, what a tragedy. But I know she's not what's best for me. And I know she'll cause me harm. And I know she'd rather fly away to someone else's arms. Oh, it's true, this world wants a mystery. But I need to know one thing. What's Victoria's Secret? Tell me if the clothes she wears will expose all of my weakness. Woman, I just can't let go till I know Victoria's Secret. Whispering her love songs in my ear. Victoria's Secret will haunt me today. Do I really need to know your name? Show me that face. Is it really what it claims to be? Show me that brain. Is it really based in fantasy or vanity? Oh, she seems to get the best of me, of what little there is left. And it seems that she's controlling me like a robot in a trance. Oh, it's true, this world wants a mystery, but I need to know one thing. What's Victoria's Secret? Tell me if the skin she bears will expose all of my weakness. Woman, I just can't let go till I know your secret. Whispering her love song in my ear. Victoria's Secret will haunt me today. Can we ever really know your name?